Janet Reynolds, and welcome to Insight with Blue Feather. I am your intuitive counselor, spirit medium, psychic, and Blue Feather is my guide, and he is the one that feeds me all of the information. I see symbols, I hear words, and I go by my feelings. So, welcome tonight to my show, and I do have a very, very special guest tonight, and that just happens to be a good friend of mine, as in Dorothy Roby. And tonight, our show is self wellness care, and Dorothy owns the business Roby Wellness. Am I correct, Dorothy?
That's right. And thank you so very much for having me, Janet. I appreciate you.
Yeah, well, you gave me a heart attack in the very beginning, but
I'm so very sorry. It's like me and technology do not get along.
I think that technology with quite a few of us don't get along.
See? Well, I'm glad to know that it's not only me then.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And I could smack my son every day for teaching me more and more about
Oh,
it.
I'd much rather go exercise. Thank you very much.
Well, so would I, but being that you can't do that right now, let everybody know a little bit of information about you, and then we can take it from there. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Dorothy is originally from St. Louis, Missouri, and she lived a very down to earth life as a personal trainer for many years before she went into the corporate America. Just to ask you before I keep going, how did you like being a personal trainer?
The personal trainer business was hard on me for a while. It's like I was actually like teaching aerobics in the Jane Fonda days when we used to see how high we could jump off the floor. So I beat my body up pretty bad.
Oh, okay.
Live and learn.
Yeah, yes, live and learn. You're not wrong about that. Even I have learned a lot. So Dorothy got married to Dave and came to Florida to live, and in that process, once she got here, she did live and learn. Is that not correct?
I did.
Yes, you're a very passionate purple per, per say that word.
Purposeful.
Yes. Business owner of Roby Wellness that is on a mission to educate and share that healthcare should be more focused on self-well care. Okay, prevention is where health is, and she's very proud to be out sharing by networking and making a difference. Okay, and some of Dorothy's current activities include being involved in the Palm Harbor Chamber of Commerce, networking, which all of us do when we don't have to wear our masks, and working out, including doing yoga several times a week, being in nature and traveling. Really being healthy in today's world is very, very important. Is that not correct, Dorothy?
Absolutely. It's like you do have to first and foremost put yourself first. It's like because if we do not take care of ourselves, it's like we will not be here to take care of everyone else. It's like, and like I said, it's like that's part of my story as to why I do what I do. So yes.
Yes, and I can relate to that. Trust me. So, what was your background that led you to the health and wellness industry? Please tell me.
Well, like I had said, it's like in the early 80s, it's like I was working, it's like in the gyms. It's like, so it's like it was the Vic Tanny days. It's like in there, we were teaching high impact aerobics classes, seeing how high we could jump off the floor. And I was lifting very heavy weights. It's like, so it was a situation where it's like I was doing powerlifting and then doing a lot of jumping. So I did a lot of damage to my knees. It's like to my shoulders. It's like, and I did not know what I didn't know back then, because back then we were teaching in Princess Reebok shoes that had no support in them at all. And later were warmers, tights, and leotards. It's like, but that was the style back then. It was about the style versus the exercise and the safety of the exercise.
Right. You know what? Your magic word was powerlifting.
Yes. Oh, and I did. I was squatting heavy. I was lifting very heavy. Back then we were throwing weights around versus doing the safety of weights. It's like, but then of course I was built very well. It's like, I mean, I was in good shape on the outside looking in. You didn't know that the damage that you were doing at the time you were doing it. So, like I said, it's a live and learn thing. And then I went to corporate America because I thought, okay, you get a full-time job and you go to work and then you don't do all that damage to your body. And then because corporate America, stress, I joke and tell people on a regular basis, stress will kill you.
Mhm.
Um, it's like I put on a lot of weight. So when we moved down to Florida, my answer for that weight gain was for me to get back into the gyms. So I got my personal training certifications again and went to work in the gyms teaching step classes and weight training classes, and then did personal trainings with my clients, not knowing that nutrition was probably 80% of my problem at the time, and I did not know that that was the problem.
Right, right. I'm going to go back to our magic word, powerlifting. I could say another magic word is workout. I have worked out over 17 years, and
Mhm.
I powerlift at present with seniors, of course, and I enjoy every bit of it. But it is important. Your stance, your form is very, very important when you are throwing weights around, as you say.
And heavy weights.
Yeah, of course, heavy weights. I don't know what light is anymore.
That's right. You're lifting very heavy. I'm proud of you.
I know, and I love doing it, and that's what's important. And I know that you love what you do also. And
Absolutely.
share your story with me, having lost your mom and the heart disease, and what led you into nutrition, and let everyone know how important it is. And nutrition is important.
It is very important. Well, first and foremost, after we moved down to Florida, like I said, I had had a complete hysterectomy before we moved down here. The doctors had put me on hormone replacement therapy, and 3 years later, after we moved down, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. The doctors said that it was caused from the hormone replacement therapy, so they took me off of all of that medication. And I tell people that I went into full blown menopausal medical mess. It's like, and I tell people on a regular basis that I used to be a medical menopausal mess, and now I'm still a mess, but I'm a healthier mess. And
Mhm.
I found out that it was due
I
to,
think this is good.
that's right. And I found out that it was due to my nutritional gaps that were causing part of my problems. But I used to have headaches, hot flashes that you could roast marshmallows on. I was not sleeping. And I was that personal trainer that was trying to help people. So I didn't know what I didn't know at the time. My body was not getting enough protein. It's like in my daily life, as far as it's like asking my body to do what it was I was asking it to do. It did not have the fuel to make that happen. I also did not know at the time that the vitamin industry, which I am so very passionate about now, is unregulated. So a lot of the products that I was taking for many years was actually doing more damage than it was doing good, because once again, the industry is unregulated. So there's a lot of synthetic ingredients out there that
Mhm.
should not be in our bodies. So I ended up having a hospital stay, and then I am so thankful that my business partner did not ever give up on me, because she worked with me at the gym at the time. And I was the skeptical one that told her, no, 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 and no, that a vitamin is a vitamin is a vitamin, not knowing that there is a huge difference. It's like, so I'm really glad that she didn't give up on me, because it has made a tremendous difference in my life. And it's like, and now I am on a mission to share with people that it's like changing brands does make a difference.
And it does. And taking supplements and taking good care of your body and eating well is very, very important. Even I, after all of these years and considering where I am at present with my age, have been able to stay healthy. And yes, you do get issues no matter what. So,
Right.
but the fact that you keep doing work out and taking good supplements helps. Now, I know that we're going to bring up, or I would like for you to bring up Shackley, because I know that that's most important to you. But
Okay.
before we do that, uh, how about chatting about filling nutritional gaps that we are missing with our strip and shake, and offer our Shackley Prove It. Did I do that right?
It's yes, there is a prove it challenge that has been introduced. And let me back up just for a minute because you asked me this question, and then I sort of went by that one with the breast cancer and my health. While I was going through my health challenges, my mom was my best friend. It's like, and she helped me get through a lot of those challenges. It's like I talked to her on a regular basis constantly. Sometimes I would talk to her 2 to 4 times a day. But I was talking to her one night. It's like, and she told me that she had a pain in her chest, and I had tried every which way in the world to get her to go to the hospital. But she was a little bit stubborn. It's like, so she did not go to the hospital, but she had made a comment to me because we were talking about my crazy health at the time. And she had made a comment to me that, Dorothy, I wish you could find a better way of taking care of Dorothy. And then you can go out and take care of thousands of people at the time. It's like, so I told her, I said, Mom, I don't know what you want me to do because I think I am taking care of Dorothy. I'm working out. I'm taking my vitamins. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm eating what I thought I was supposed to be eating. It's like, and so to make a long story short, that was one of the last conversation I had with my mom because she had passed away in her sleep that night. So it was very devastating to me because I had lost her unexpectedly. It came as quite a shock to me. We found out it was a heart attack. And since I have lost Mom, I have learned a lot about our heart. And our heart needs a lot of cellular nutritional energy that we just are not getting from the foods that we eat because our foods are depleted from the nutrition. It's because our soils are depleted. And then our foods, sadly, are grown in today's standards. It's like in a way where our chickens are grown in half the time. It's like our fruits and vegetables are ripened on trucks. It's like versus in the fields. It's like with the farmers watching them. It's like, and so I have lived and learned a lot about the fact that unfortunately we do not have enough teeth in our mouth or time in the day to eat the amount of nutrition that our bodies need. So therein lies the reason why I share with people that we do strip and shake in our kitchen every morning, and we encourage others to also to ask us why. So it started with this little nutritional strip right here. If I can get it closer to the
There you go.
camera. There you go. It's like, so it started with this little strip once upon a time. There's actually 80 vitamins and minerals in this strip, and it is beyond organic. It's like, so when people say that it's a natural name, it only has to be 10 to 15% natural ingredients to get a natural name on a product. Organic farmers get that organic certification, but if you've got a conventional farmer that is spraying pesticides and it gets in the air and it drifts, those organic farmers do not have to like test those organic fields. It's like to make sure that there's no pesticides on them. So when I talk about Shackley, Shackley is testing above and beyond organic. It's like from the dirt, from the farms, from the manufacturing, and they're going above and beyond standards. They go above and beyond pharmaceutical grade standards, and they do go above and beyond organic standards as far as their testing goes. So a lot of people have never heard of Shackley. I had never heard of Shackley. They were almost 50 years old when I found them, but they have just turned 65. We are aging together. It's like, so I've almost made it to Medicare age. I'm very proud of that fact because at the time I did not think I was going to live to be 50 because, like I said, I lost Mom unexpectedly, and at the time I thought that she was definitely going to outlive me. It's because we had that discussion too. So I am very proud to have partnered with Shackley. People always want me to compare Shackley to others. And I say, it's like, I'm very proud to say that it's the best of the best. And it's not because I said so, it's because we can prove it. And they have launched the Prove It Challenge, which is 30 days of a nutritional foundation. And then it's giving you the shake, which is a protein shake. And then the healthy cleanse part of it is free. So that's giving you a reset and detox. It's like your body for the first 7 days, and then we strip and shake for the next 28 days, and we follow up and see if you feel a difference. And if you don't feel a difference, we give you your money back. And I was that one that was going to get my money back at once upon a time.
Yeah, but it all worked out well. So now, how much should we actually be eating in a day?
Well, actually, it's like now it's because back in the day, whenever I was growing up, they used to say it's like fruits and vegetables was 3 to 5 servings a day. Then it became 5 to 7, and now they're saying that they're recommending that people eat anywhere from 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. I will be the first one to tell you that we give it our best effort to eat healthy all the time, but that is not a reality. We do not have enough time in our day, our teeth in our mouth. It's like, so we need to fill those gaps in some way. And I hope that people are doing their research, because a lot of people say, well, I don't take vitamins because I eat everything that I'm supposed to. It's virtually impossible. I hate to break it to you. You would have to eat about 3,500 calories of organic foods. It's like it's like to make that happen as far as to giving your body the nutrition it needs. And we just don't do it. It's like, I mean, and especially as Americans, we're not doing it. And then I work with a naturopathic nutritionist that I continue to still work with, Diane. And she has taught me that I need a minimum of 80 to 100 grams of protein in my diet a day. And most people need more protein than they're getting also. And like I said, I tell people there's not enough cows, chickens, or eggs in the day. I think you're just gonna eat that amount of food. It's like to get the protein that you need. So there lies protein shakes, but you should be very choosy where you're purchasing those, because once again, with the industry being unregulated, they put a lot of fillers in those products because it is a booming business that people are aware of, and they're out there looking for it. And because the industries can basically do this and no one is checking it, the ingredients that they're using, it doesn't have to be the pure, that they can put it on a label and call it a day. It's like, and it doesn't have to be what's on that label.
Yeah, one thing for sure with myself, protein, I do eat 15 to 30 grams of protein a day. And when I have my blood taken out, my protein is very good. So
Oh, good.
a few other things aren't so good, but the protein was good.
Right?
So I was glad to know that. Now, how much water should we drink? I know how much I've been told, but tell me what you have been taught.
Water intake. It's like, okay, first and foremost, a lot of people will say, it's like, well, I drink tea. It's like, and water is in tea, and I drink coffee, and water is in coffee. If you're drinking coffee and tea, it is actually dehydrating you versus quenching that thirst. So regarding water, water is water. It's like, and yes, we need a lot of it. They recommend half of your body weight in ounces per day.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
and if you weigh less than 150 pounds, you should definitely have a minimum of 75 ounces per day.
And do you know what? I weigh 144, and I do drink approximately 72 to 75 ounces of water a day.
Good job, girlfriend.
Well, because look how many years we've been working and working out, working to stay healthy, and I've come a long way with it. I've learned a lot. So what you're telling me tonight, gives me confirmation to the 75 ounces of water that I drink all day long is a good thing. So,
Yes, it's a very good, and it's good for you. And people, because they say, it's like, well, don't you spend most of your time in the bathroom? Your body, you will in the beginning of time, but it's like, but your body will actually get used to it. It's like, and it will miss it. If you do not drink your water, you will miss drinking your water.
yes, and another thing too, with all the water that I drink, the good thing is yes, you can go to the bathroom an extreme amount of time, but if I make sure I eat enough food, that absorbs the water, and that helps me to not have to constantly go.
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
Yes. So,
Absolutely.
okay, so now let me ask you this, please. Because all of us really are on the go all the time, and even for myself, but I like being on the go. I don't like sitting around. I have an extreme amount of energy. And I'll just say one thing, COVID certainly did kick my my hiney, let me tell you that. So I'm so glad to be on the move again. And
Me too.
yes, we're just going to say a prayer that we stay on the move, okay? But how do you make time for you during the day? Exercise, yoga, meditation. Meditation, you should find time for yourself, but how do you organize it? I know how I organize mine. How do you organize yours?
Well, I personally think that we should definitely make ourselves a priority for starters. And a lot of people do not. And I learned the hard way because I used to not either. And so I would come up with 8,500 excuses. And if something came up better than going to yoga or exercising or taking a walk in the park, I would put myself on the back burner and go do that first.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have learned through many years of doing it wrong. I have learned to put myself on the front burner. So a lot of times I will look at my calendar. It's like on Sunday evening, and I will schedule days for me to work out. It's like, so that workout is not, and I'm not going to lean away from it. So now I've learned that when people say, it's like, okay, well, do you want to meet for lunch? It's like, no, if it interferes with the yoga class at that particular time, then we either need to meet later, earlier, or whatever the case may be. Because we all have the same amount of time in the day. And it's like, and it's a situation where it's like, I am a firm believer that you should make time for you. It is not being selfish. It is self-care. It is very, very important. Our heart is a muscle that needs to work. It's like, and then our muscles, the rest of our muscles need to work also, because as we age, and like you said, we're aging together, Janet, but as we age, I mean, I will be 65 and I am planning very soon. And I am very proud to say, it's like, that the balance, the muscles, it's like, because the muscles are what's keeping us vertical versus horizontal. So it's like, so we need to be going this way versus this way.
Right. And I am 39 and holding. Okay?
That's right. Exactly.
But the one thing is the 17 years, and I worked out with Victor, my trainer. Now I work out with Bill, and with Victor, 17 years I was with that man. And when COVID got here, and because of some changes for myself in life, I held off working with Victor, and then I was doing powerlifting with Bill. So I figured powerlifting 3 days a week was enough. But I have now signed back up with Victor for 1 day a week. So I'll be working out 4 days, 3 days powerlifting, 1 day working out with him. And I worked out with him last week, and he literally killed me.
It keeps you young, Janet. Keep doing it.
I am, because I want to get stronger. So now, 3 days of powerlifting, yes, I'm strong, but I want to be even more strong. So I figure Victor can help me make my upper body more strong. And so I have scheduled 1 day a week with him. And it's you have to make yourself do it.
You do. All those years that I was the personal trainer, also, I told people sometimes putting on your socks and shoes is the hardest part. If you put on your shoes and you get out the door, once you get there, I can assure you it's like that you will feel better about yourself. And I also share with people that skinny does not mean that you're healthy.
No.
It's a situation where people are saying, well, okay, I'm on these diets and I'm working out and I'm doing cardio, 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 cardio. I said, sometimes your body needs like a mixture of all of it. It needs the strength training, the cardio, the flexibility. It needs all of it. It's a combination. It's the same way that I feel about our food source. People say, well, I don't eat carbs. I'm like, your carbs are your energy. We need a balance. It's like we need good fats. We need complex carbs versus simple carbs, good fats versus bad fats. It's like I said, it's like we just need to be choosy as to what we are eating and what we're putting in our mouth and what we're doing, it's like with our time. Because people say I don't have time. I said we all have the same amount of time. It's a matter of what you're doing with your time. So
People do say they don't have time, Dorothy. They do.
they do all the time.
And then what you do is you hear people say, "Oh, but my neck hurts," and "Oh, no, my knee, I can't do that." I try to say to them, but if you would walk the steps, or if you would just walk, just straight walking can strengthen that muscle. And that
And
can
I tell people, and when I'm walking, people, Dave will even joke with me. My husband says, when you take a walk with Dorothy, she's going to find a park bench, and then there's going to be push-ups and tricep dips involved, probably, or squats. Well, it's a situation where you don't have to do that. It's baby steps. If you can only walk around the block, it's like, I mean, and if it's only 10 minutes at a time, it's like, and you do this twice a day, it's like, then it's 20 minutes in that day, and then work up to the 30 minutes. It's like, I'm not asking you to walk 3 miles with me right away. It's like, I'm just asking you to get off the couch.
Yeah, yes, and that's what people they're not doing. They're not getting off the couch. And see, I was walking too. I was walking 2 miles with one of my neighbor friends. So, but I'd rather work out with Victor than walk 2 miles.
You're
So
right.
I don't know what evil is, good. I don't know whether it's good or bad, but I would rather work out hard with him than take that 2 mile walk, especially as hot as it is.
Yeah, right, especially this time of year, right?
Yes, so I guess I'm making an excuse not to walk 2 miles, wouldn't you say?
Right, right. And I have to tell you, you were talking about COVID kicking your hiney. In the beginning of time when we were shut down, because I'm a little bit like you. Yes, it's like I'm active. It's like, so it's one of those things like that I thought, oh my gosh, it's like it was driving me crazy being inside. So we were doing a lot of walking. I had to walk and walk because the gyms were all shut down. It's like, and so we weren't getting in the gyms, and but I would go to the park and take a walk, and I would walk sometimes like twice a day, 2 or 3 miles, because that was my release of the
Right.
stress. And that's a situation also, is that we've got to turn the TV off and get out of our mindset, because mindset will put you in a place also that is doing damage. It's like on a cellular level. It's like, so we need to shut the TV off and put your mind in a positive place versus the negative, which is the direction that they want to take you down, that rabbit hole. And I'm like going, okay, shut it off. Stop worrying about it. Turn the TV off.
That's
Just,
exactly right. Yes,
so I'm like, going, just stop.
but you know what? And you speak, we talk about technology today. When they shut the gym, that was just more than I could handle. But the good thing that came out of that is one of the girls that two of the girls that I work out with powerlifting, older ladies. One got on FaceTime and the other one came here to the house. And because of the routine that Victor has taught me all these years, we were able for 8 weeks, we were able to work out 3 days a week in my living room. I
Nice.
did, yes, I did not want to lose my muscles. I did not. And you know what? In 3 weeks, you can lose, if you don't do anything, you can start losing muscle.
Yes, you can.
And
Yes, you can.
that was not where we wanted to go. So thank God for FaceTime, because Randa did FaceTime, and then Bonnie and I, and we did it in my living room, and we had weights and we had ropes, and we did the steps and we did the banister pulling the rope. So we did a lot of good, healthy workout 3 days a week, and that saved us from losing our muscle. So when they opened the gym back up again, we were in decent shape, but of course we had to pump it back up.
Right. Yes. Because so many people say, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like I gained 20 pounds during COVID. And I'm like, oh wow. It's like part of it. I was like, I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah. There's no way I wanted to gain weight. There was no way. But tell us a little bit more too about Shackley, because I know that you've been able to go on cruises. I know that you do events with Shackley. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, and I could talk about Shackley for a long time, I think, but I will try not to bore you. Like I said, Shackley has been around for 65 years. A lot of people still don't know what Shackley was. People do call it Shakely sometimes because they hear me talk about the fact that I strip and shake. So they say Shakely, and I go, well, it is Shackley. And they say, what does that mean? And I said, it was a man's name. So Dr. Shackley was actually the one responsible for making the first vitamin and mineral in 1915. It's he was a chiropractor. And he used the vitalized minerals that he had made in his practice. So when he retired as a chiropractor, when most people think about, okay, I'm going to retire at 62 years old and I'm going to go on the golf course and go start traveling, he actually started Shackley Corporation. So it has been around since 1956. Like I said earlier, they test above and beyond organic standards. It's above and beyond pharmaceutical grade standards, but they have a full line of nutritional products. Then they have a skincare line, which is called Youth. And all of our products are always safe, always green, and we guarantee that they're going to always work, or we will give you your money back. So if you don't see and or feel a difference with Shackley, then it's no questions are asked. They give you your money back. Then they also have a full line of green cleaning products. Now, before I got involved with Shackley, as I always share with people, one, with the skincare line, our skin is our largest organ, and anything that you put on it or around it is absorbed in your bloodstream in 24 to 28 seconds. So I always share with people, I used to always be that one that had more lotions and potions and toxic chemicals put on my skin before I left the house after I got out of the shower than you could shake a stick at. And now it's I'm very choosy as to what goes on my skin. Even when I get into other places, if I go into facials and they have facials done, I want to know what products they're using before they're going to put product on my face.
Yes.
And regarding our cleaning products as far as your home goes, Dr. Shackley made the first biodegradable green cleaner that was on the market. It is called Basic H. But since then, they have had a full line of green cleaning products made. Which is called Get Clean. It was on Oprah Winfrey once upon a time, so some people have heard about it through that. But I did not know what I did not know, and I did not know that we were poisoning ourselves in our own home. the average home is 3 to 5 times more toxic than outside air. And it is due to, I'll just give you a few of the tips. Air freshener, toilet bowl cleaner, and dishwash detergent is 3 of the most toxic things you can have in your home outside of chlorine bleach. 90% of Americans are sensitive to chlorine bleach and they do not know. So I was one of those people that did not know what I did not know. And when I tested on a cellular level with my naturopathic nutritionist, and she told me what was going on in my body, I think she's the one that's taught me a lot about getting rid of all of the toxic chemicals. So in some cases, I will get into some situations where I have to leave people's homes, because if I go into their homes and they have a lot of the Yankee candles, it's like, and the different things it's like that are out there, I cannot sit, because my body, I will feel it immediately. It's like I will feel it in my sinuses, and I will feel it, it's like in my temples really quickly. And I am very proud to say that I have not had a headache in over 15 years, and I have used to have headaches every day. So it does make a difference as to what your environment is. It's like,
Yes,
so
it does.
that is part of it.
Now, if anyone has a question tonight, please call 813-814-1601. And then now, Dorothy, give us the name of your business. And if you have a phone number, let us know how they can get a hold of you, and even your email, however you do it, your webpage. Tell us how someone can get a hold of you.
Well, you can find me in several ways. The name of the business is Roby Wellness. You can go to our RobyWellness.com website. And if you'd like to learn more about what your needs are, we have actually got a meology health assessment that is absolutely free. It's like you answer the questions online, and then Shakti is going to give you recommendations based on what your needs are versus as to what we think you should have. It's like, so you can find that at RobyWellness.com, and you can take our meology health assessment. You can contact me on my mobile number. It is still a St. Louis number, which is where I'm from. It's because those phone numbers don't have to change. But that phone number is 314-277-2501. You can reach me by email at info@robywellness.com, which is on the screen. Our landline is 727-772-9733. And then you can also find me on Facebook. I'm all over Facebook. You can go out and like our page at Roby Wellness. And there's a lot of information out there. We always put live videos out there. I go out and do Wellness Wednesday videos on Wednesdays. It's like giving people tips and tricks. It's like learning how to take better care of themselves. It's like, so I can definitely be found.
Sure. And if they can't find you, all they have to do is call me.
You can find me, right?
Yes. Call at 813-814-1601, and I can always direct them to you, because I have your number, girl. I have.
Yes, that's right. Absolutely. How many years have we been hanging out?
Well, you know what? I know it's been well over 10.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well over
10. I really do believe that's how long it's been. It amazes me how fast it goes.
It does.
I know. I don't like it.
Hey, but we're aging well. We're aging well together, Janet. We're doing very well.
I can tell you I'm aging well.
I am too. Yeah. And I share with people on a regular basis that just because we're aging, we do not have to feel like crap. And it's like, I tell people, I said, none of us are going to get out of this world alive. I said, but you do not have to feel like crap up until the time you are going to exit the world. It's like, and trust me, and I feel better in my 60s now. And I felt I had such a good time in my 50s and my 60s, because my 30s and 40s were not pretty. It was like, I mean, it was bad.
Yeah. Now, you know what? The best time of my life, every day is the best time of my life, but the best time of my life was when I moved here 40 years ago. So I was every bit of, well, if I tell you what my age was, then you wouldn't know. So, but I will say this, my 40s was the best time of my life. It really was. I guess we could say I really enjoyed. I did. So, and I still enjoy. I just can't go at the total pace of what I used to go at.
That's right. That's right. And I
Yeah.
am very proud because you were talking about the fact that we have earned trips. And yes, I have went on cruises with Shackley. It's like, it's again, we have earned a trip out to their corporate headquarters. It's because that's what's on our business card, is that we create healthier and wealthier lives today, the natural way. It is not only about product. The product changed my life, which became a passion. And now it's like we are building a team of people that are helping us go out to spread the word. Because like I said, Shackley's been around for 65 years. There are still people out there that have not ever heard of us. It's like, and they pay very well.
Yes, they do. Now, we got about 3 minutes left to our show, Dorothy, and I just
Okay.
really want to let you know that I appreciate and enjoyed the fact that you did come on the show tonight. And I think you need to just throw in a good pitch for your husband, since you're connected to him also in the business world. Is that correct?
Yes, it's like Dave did decide to join me. See, I earned that trip out to California. I took him on the trip with me out to California. He met the doctors and the scientists, so he chose to join me because once upon a time I was, yes, as you well know, Dorothy Roby, your healthy life coach. It's like, so when I got him to start networking with me, it didn't really sound really well, so we rebranded ourselves. It's like, and put our last name out there, which now that's where Roby Wellness came around with me. And I'm very proud to say that, yes, Dave is part of the chamber also, and we are having fun going out, making a difference, and making healthy happen for people. And those thank yous are very, very rewarding.
Yes, and I think that's most important. So, Dorothy, thanks. Thank you very much for being here. And
Thanks
once
so
more,
much for having me.
no worries. Once more, tell everybody who you are.
I am Dorothy Roby with Roby Wellness. It's like going out, making healthy happen, making a difference, and creating healthier and wealthier lives today, the natural way. Come join us.
Thank you. And I am Rev.Janet Reynolds, and I am your intuitive counselor, psychic, spirit medium. Blue Feather is my guide. And if you would like to learn more about me, please go out to my webpage, which is www.bluefeather.net. Okay. And you can reach me at 813-814-1601. And I will answer any question that you ask. So far, I've been able to answer everybody's question one way or another. I did have, real quick, like someone that I gave messages to the other night who let me know that I was very nice and direct.
You're amazing, is what you are.
Nice and direct. I thought that was, I thought
It's all good.
it's not me that's direct, it's Blue Feather. I'm just the messenger. But thank you, lady. I really enjoyed. Take good care of yourself and hang
And you
loose.
too, Janet. Keep doing what you do. Be
I,
happy and healthy, and always remember, health does start with you.
that's exactly right. But don't go nowhere because Cece will come back in.
Okay.
All right.